In the coming session, I would like to do something like comparative semantics, comparing German and English. Okay, common words, yeah, which have the same origin, because, I mean, yes, of course, the Anglo-Saxons came from Germany, and how their meaning probably has changed in German or in English, okay, and what can we glean from that about culture? Okay. Now, comparing English and German, German being its next in kin, okay, we need to know about one sound shift because, I mean, that you can identify. This word in English is that word in German. Now, in German, there is one thing, yeah, which changed German immensely, okay, something like 1500 years ago, after the Anglo-Saxons had left. And this is that thing here, which I would like to show you now here. Here we go. The High German consonant shift, okay? This is the major sound shift which is responsible for the differences between English and German as far as old vocabulary is concerned, okay? It's a sound shift which concerned High German only, okay? So, which happened some like 1500 years ago and concerned the area south of the Main or something like this. So, the southern half of Germany, more or less, okay? But, I mean, since the modern standard derives from Southern German, it does, okay? It has this consonant shift, and English doesn't because English derives from Northern German and, of course, split from Northern German, something like 1500 years ago, even before this sound change occurred in High German. Do you know, have you understood that? Okay, so there is a shift which split German, okay, which split German first of all, then was adopted by all of Germany. And this sort of shift, consonant shift, is responsible for the split between English and German. So in order to compare words, we have to know about this shift, okay? I give you an example and then it gets clear. Okay, we need to know about that to find the lexical correspondences between English and German. Once again, look at this word. Tide in English, in German, Zeit. The Z in German, it's always Z, yeah? An affricate, not Zeit. Zeit, Zeit. Okay, I have the phonological or phonetic transcription here. And there you see, this is part of the High German consonant shift. T being turned into Z, an affricate, okay, and D into T. And this you see here, yeah, Tide, Zeit, okay? So the English is, the sounding is more original, the German changed, okay, but there you already see the two different meanings, okay? Zeit in German means time in general, okay? And tide in English means something like, yes, low and high tide. Okay, let's see. And they have time, a different word for what is in German, Zeit. Okay, difference of meaning, a slight difference, same word. Okay, let's have it more systematic. Now, this is the High German consonant shift. Yeah? So when you have in English, which doesn't have the consonant shift, which if you have in English T, you have Z in German, spelled with a Z. Yeah? These sort of pointed brackets always mean spelling. P in English is Pf in German, another affricate. Okay. Then K in English is H or H. Yeah, the so-called Ach or Ich laut, which has died out in English. I know. They had it. Yeah? Chaucer still had it. Licht and Knicht and so on. Okay. And D finally turning into T. There are others which were changed, but they are of no importance for us right now because there aren't so many instances. Okay, so these are the major ones, the major consonants affected by the High German consonant shift, and they are responsible for the split between English without the consonant shift and German having this consonant shift. Okay? And I would like to look at it now systematically. Okay, this is the first one. T, we remember, turned into ts. Yeah? Spelled usually z or s. Okay, we have the first one, tide, in English, German, Zeit, which we still have in German, Gezeiten. Okay, but yeah. English, timber. Okay, German, Zimmer. There you see T in English, okay, Z in German. Yeah? Timber, Zimmer. Okay, you already see the slight differences here. Yeah? Timber, okay, wood, which you need for building, something like this, and Zimmer is more or less a room made of wood, probably that. Okay, or look at what. Okay, in English, was in German. All right, other examples, that in English, das in German. This, okay, a tooth in English, Zahn. Yes, that's the same word. Yeah, tooth and Zahn. Okay, the same word. Zahn, yeah, z in English, or eat in English, essen, German. Same word. Okay. Tame in English, zahm in German, and so on. I mean, examples are ubiquitous, okay? They are everywhere. The second one here is that, p turning into pf or f, okay, into the affricate. Again, compare. Yeah? Well, it's very regular. Plow in English, okay? Pflug in German. Yeah, Pflug, Pflug, plow, Pflug. Okay, spelled PF. Therefore, it's not a big problem in German. Okay, pan, English, Pfanne, German. Okay, or I included this because this is the area where I originally come from. Yeah, Palatinate. Okay, Palatinate, deriving from the Latin Palatina, Pfalz. And there you see it very regular. Palat, Pfalz. So T to Z. Okay. And P into Pf. Palat, something like this. Pfalz. Yeah? Pfalz. Palatina. Okay. Latin. The Romans founded that. Palatina. Okay. Or more examples here. Yeah. Very regular. Pipe, Pfeife. Okay. Sharp, scharf, yeah, it's the p we are looking at here. Apple, okay, Apfel, apple, and Apfel, or pound, and Pfund, and so on, okay. Loads and loads of words like that. And there you see, yeah, it's very, very regular. Okay. The next one with the voiceless fricative, the velar voiceless plosive, sorry for that, k turning into ch, or ach, or ich. Okay, again, let's compare. Okay, make in English, machen in German. And if you look at it, if you pronounce it in the Middle English way, the correspondence is even closer. Ja, make, machen. Chaucer could have said maken. Yeah, machen, machen. Just the k fricative in German. Plosive in English. Okay, or for once, a Dutch example, because the Dutch don't have the consonant shift ik and ich. Yeah, okay, here we go. Ik, ich. In English, I. Or take English lake, okay, which in German is Lache. Okay. Yeah. In German, it's more a puddle, okay, a small, very small puddle. In English lake, of course, a big lake. Okay. We see meanings shift, of course, they do. Sake, yeah, for your sake, in German, Sache. Yeah, Sache, same thing, very regular. K, ch, okay. Stick, yeah. Stachel, yeah, Stachel, stick, Stache. The L is a diminutive. Okay, forget about the L here. But stick and Stache, yeah, it's a sting. Okay, so in German it's a small sting, and in English it's a stick, which is usually a bit bigger, but it's the same word. Okay. Or cook, kochen. Okay, no problem at all. Here again, if you turn into Middle English, it's kook, yeah, and kochen. Okay, there the correspondence is even more obvious. Okay, and then the last one I would like to do is de to te, because this is statistically relevant. Okay, there are others which I would like to leave out because statistically they don't play a role. So you have death, okay, and Tod. Okay, the Germans have, by the way, for those of you who don't have German, they have the German devoicing, final devoicing. So if there's a de at the end of words, just voiceless. Yeah, Tod. Okay, that's very German, very German. Makes the language very tough and hard. Yeah, it does. So death, Tod. Okay, deep, teeth. There you see both of them, de and per. Yeah, de turning into te, very regular. F, per into f, deep teeth. Okay, or dream, de, Traum, English. A few others. Day, okay, Tag, de, te, yeah, mid, Mitte, German, bid, yeah, bitten. All these words mean more or less the same thing in both languages. Okay, right. I would like to stop here and probably asking myself once again. Let's go back. Okay, why did this occur in the first place? Okay, why? We have to find solutions. And I said before that most sound changes, okay, are due to simplification, because people are lazy and they tend to simplify the articulation, which means tongue movement, lip movement, and so on. If you look at that, is it easier to say ts instead of t? I think it is, because t, you really have to open your mouth, you have to have it explode, you have to have an aspiration. T. Okay, if you just say ts, you leave the tongue where it is and just press the air through, and then it ts appears. T, ts, ts is easier. Try it out. Say something like tide and then side, tide. You have to open the mouth, okay, and you have to move your tongue away entirely, and then have an aspiration with side. You don't even have to move your lips at all. Side, tide. You have to. Okay. The same is true for p and f. Okay. P, pipe, pfeife. You don't move anything. Pfeife. Just press the air to your, or leave the lips very slack. And that's the thing. Yeah, you don't have to tense them or anything. Pipe, pfeife, pipe, pfeife. Okay. A k also. Make, machen, make. Yeah, well, yes, the English think it's a very tough consonant because they don't have ch and sh anymore in their language. Okay, but yeah, usually it's just simple. I mean, you just put your tongue up, okay, in the back of your throat and press the air through. It's a snoring sound almost. I mean, everybody can do this. Just snore a bit. Machen. Okay. Or de and te. They're not. Okay, this is certainly not I don't think it's a simplification, but it's probably the de filling in because the te is vanishing. Okay, this is the thing. Strictly speaking, we would have to include b and g as well. I didn't because they don't play a role. But anyway, what we probably should see here, yes, it is a simplification. It is a simplification. It's easier. It's a lenition. It is. Okay, turning something into fricatives or affricate, it's always a lenition. And therefore similar to the first consonant shift. Okay, some people call it the second consonant shift. We call it the High German consonant shift. Okay, so why do we need that? Probably in order to do historical semantics in the next session.